This is the 7.1 independent practice. I want you to pay attention to the lesson. It's pages 177, 178, numbers 7 through 16 all. This is a hints video, and this one's going to be kind of challenging, so simply put, you simply try your best on this, okay? The directions read, the table shows information about the number of sweatshirts sold and the money collected at a fundraiser for school athletic programs. For exercises 7 through 12, use the table. Number 7 says, find the rate of money collected per sweatshirt. So if you look, you don't know how much each sweatshirt costs. The best you can do is to figure out that 3 sweatshirts cost $60, but that's enough information to actually get the answer for number 7. If you know that $60 is for 3 sweatshirts, then how could you figure out the cost of 1 sweatshirt? Well, you could set this up as an equivalent ratio. To get from 3 sweatshirt down to 1, you simply divide. This is just $60 divided by 3. So you can get this number right here simply by dividing 60 by 3. Now, it's really important that you get this correct, so I want you to check with your peers before you move on, because if you get number 7 wrong, you end up getting like the whole rest of the page wrong. You have to get number 7 right. So carefully do 60 divided by 3, and then carefully check with your peers, because you're going to use that number on number 8. Number 8 says use the unit rate to complete the table. You have to figure out how much each sweatshirt costs to figure out how much 5 sweatshirts cost, and then to figure out how much 8 sweatshirts cost. You can't get all those if you don't know how much 1 sweatshirt costs. So carefully do number 7, check with your peers before we move on. Number 9 says, explain how to graph the information from the table. Well, the information in the table can be written as ordered pairs. So the numbers in the table are ordered pairs. And the ordered pairs are written as the first term is the x value, and that's how far you go over on the x-axis. And the second term is how far you go up on the y-axis. So what I would do on this is the x value would be the sweatshirts. And the y value would be the cost in dollars. Now, I realize that this was supposed to be a hints video, and number 9, I kind of gave you an answer there. If you wrote this answer for number 9, then you're in good shape. I'm not going to help you so much on number 10, maybe just a bit. Number 10 reads, write the information in the table as ordered pairs and graph the relationship from the table. So the ordered pairs, the very first one, if you look, it was $60 for 3 sweatshirts. So that's written as 3 comma 60. And if you're wondering why I put it in that order, remember we just said right above that the x value is the number of sweatshirts. So the sweatshirts here is the first term, and the cost here is going to be the second term. Now the first order pair is just given to you in the table. The second one you had to calculate, and I'll actually help you with that one too. The second one says that 5 sweatshirts cost. Well, if you didn't calculate this already, you don't know the answer, but if you did, you would get it. You would have gotten 100. Now you have about 3 more answers to get. I can't remember the next one. 8. So I'm going to let you finish this. You need to write about, I think there's about 5 answers there. You're supposed to write each of those pairs up in number 6 as ordered pairs, and then you graph them. And you could, in order to graph those, I need to actually bring my page up a little bit, which is going to mess up my text, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. The first number, over 3 up 60. Over 3 up 60. Second one is over 5 up 100. Third one's going to be over 8, and you have to figure out how far up it is. But at this point, you could actually use the pattern because it's going to be a straight line. If you just connected from those, the rest of your numbers are actually going to fit on that graph. So I'll let you finish question, that's number 10. Okay, number 11 says, how much money would be collected if 24 sweatshirts were sold and show your work? Well, this goes back to number 7. At the beginning of this, you knew for number 7 that, or you should have known from number 7 that it costs blank dollars for 1 sweatshirt. This question says how much money would be collected for 24 sweatshirts. So simply put, you're going to multiply whatever you got by 24. You're not going to use your graph for this. I don't think that'd be helpful. You're simply going to do a multiplication problem to figure out the cost for 24 sweatshirts. So that one shouldn't be too hard. Check with your peers on that one. Number 12 reads, does the point 5.5 comma 110 make sense in this context? A lot of kids would say yes. If they went and looked at their graph, it looks like it would fit in. If you went over to 4.5, I don't have a graph here, but if you went over to 4.5, that's just in between 5 and 6, and you went up, you would say, yeah, that connects with the graph. That's right where it should be. Here's the question, though. What does 5.5 represent in this? What did we say earlier was the first term? The first term is the sweatshirts. So what does 5.5 mean if it's 5.5 sweatshirts? 5.5 sweatshirts, how many shirts is that? How many sweatshirts can you sell if you're doing a fundraiser? Can you sell 1, 2, 3? Of course. Can you sell 5? Of course. Can you sell, if you're doing a fundraiser, 5.5 sweatshirts? No. In this case, 5.5 sweatshirts does not make sense, because in this case, that would say that you sold 5.5 sweatshirts and you made $110. Now, $110 does make a lot of sense, but does 5.5 sweatshirts make a lot of sense? In this case, it does not. I'm going to let you write a good answer here for number 12. I hope you were paying attention to the hint there. This is the end of this part of the video. You can load the next video for the next few questions.